Okay, so in the last video, we made it till so far where we were able to build one component. And now we will be heading on to the next component, which will be having all the list of genres in the list down here, and it will be in a completely scrollable format, so we can do anything that we want from it. Okay, so let's see. And also, I want to really tell you one thing, the importance of how clean it is. Because before starting this video, I actually made that, just, like a quick revise up. And I deleted it as well. So this is so simple that, it was just deleting from here and it's done. Okay, I'll explain you that also. But before that, let's get started. So as we told, to make anything started, we first need to make a model for it. Because here are the models. We can just make a new file. Let's name it as genre model dot class and genre. I don't know how it is pronounced. Okay, I'll just pronounce like this. If it is wrong, let me know. There you go. Whenever we are calling the API of genre, it returns a list of all the genres. Okay, and every genre will have an ID. And if I can just show you what will it return through, not this, not this, not this. It was my previous one, and I'm afraid I will show you something else. Okay, so this is the now playing URL. So if I can change the endpoint, I can show you that in which format we will get the data. Just a minute. Okay, I need to just find the endpoint for that. Please hold on till that point. Okay, in the repository, I can see it. Yes, I have it. And in this, I can say that genre movie list. Okay. So here I need to change a few things. Genre movie list, and I think this is not there. I think this works. Okay, so if I send this, you'll get a response of all the genres, each having an ID and a name, and it's a list. Okay, so if you have revised all the things that we have learned previously, I think you might be very familiar what to do. So we have made a model. So now we'll make a response. But before that, I'll just rename this. I think I may rename GENRE. There you go. Okay, so now we are making the response. So genre response dot. So I really like saying that name. Okay, I don't know if it is right, wrong. I really don't know. So we get all the genres here. I think I have named it right. It's genres. Yes. Okay, so this is the endpoint that we will be using because it will return the list of all the genres, and this list will basically be a list of all the they belong to genre model. So that will be of ID and name. So there you go. So here we will have and perhaps if you have any, so I have to make this. Let's just make this final. It's a convention to use this. I'm not sure. Yes, now we go. Let's convert this to data class and we're good to go. Okay, there you go. We have saved this. So now we are moving towards the repository, because in the repository we need to make the UI. I forgot to delete this, but I added this where I added the genre URL, and it was same thing, but like a different endpoint. So now we need to make a function for it. So function is, let's name it as get genre movie. Now let's say get genre repo. Okay, and I'm just making this response is equal to I was coding the block here, no problem, sorry for this. We are calling the endpoint in repository. Okay, so the parameters should be same. If I'm just copying this parameters here. Okay, now we are calling this, so we'll get a response is equal to wait, I'll use dir. Now I can say not now, there is a genre URL for that purpose. Come on, man. Yes, genre URL. And we can pass the query parameters. And there you come on, man. It's not coming. Okay. And we need to return just genre response from, my god, what is happening with me? I think I've genre response, copying, pasting. Yes, I'm getting from JSON. And here I means I'll write something. If you're not catching, I'm again revising what is happening. Just a minute. And for those who have understood, please, this is a platform for everyone to learn. So just sync to it. And yes, this await error will be removed when we add the async over here. So there you go. And there is one more change. Okay, so this is like a one exercise. So for all those who have understood, make sure what mistake is there because it will not run. And for all of those who have not understood, just a quick revision. What we have done till now is that this is the repository function that we have made. It will make a call to third-party API. That means that it will call to this URL, it will get the data, and we just saw in this postman that the data we get in return is in the form of list, and every object in the list will be of some specific format. So what we did is we created two models. First one is genre response that will accept the list, and second one genre model that will accept the inner set. Okay, so that's what we have done till now. And for all of those who have understood, and for all those who did not understand, but now hopefully they have understood. So this was the thing that we need to change because from JSON, there is a string format and this was created default through the extension. Therefore, it's there. I think we need to change this to map dynamic and there you go. So here we can change this and yes, now this repo is ready. Now the last thing that we need to add in our backend part is adding the block. So we just go here, we create a new file called as get genre dart and genre block. Now, when we make this, it will be very similar to what we have made for the now playing. Okay, so if you want to practice, I would suggest that try to write this on your own because it would be really useful and beneficial. So let's get started. So this is just the movie repository because we will be using the function which we have declared in the movie repository class. So there you go. In the movie repository, I can say that, no, it's not anything. Movie repository. I think I'm speaking, in a very low sound. So I don't know if my voice will be, yeah, but I think I'll buy a mic soon. Okay. So movie repository is done. We can add the behavior subject. And in the behavior subject, the type will be in the form of genre response. Hey, come on, man. Okay, it's not happening. Today, I think the autocomplete is not, helping me that much. Behavior. I might have to write everything on my own. Behavior subject and see, it does not it is not showing pop-ups now. It's showing too late. Okay, so we have this both of them declared and we're still getting this because we have not created method to just dispose. So I think we'll do that. Dispose, and we can just say that the behavior. See, the pop-up is showing very late. Pop-up.close. So okay, so this method was like a standard thing, but now what we are trying to do will be also very similar but slightly different. So I would give it as a challenge to please try to solve this, write this code that we are going to make. So let's say we are going to make this as get genre block. Okay, so in this, write a function or code snippet in such a manner such that it will call the movie repository, it will call the function that we have created just now, and it will return the data for us. Okay, try it on your own in 3, 2, 1. Now we are starting. Okay, so what we will do is that if you look carefully, we will return something in the format of genre response. So here also we need to make in specific format. So genre response is equal to, we need to write await because that thing is also depending on a third party thing. That's why we need to write await because we need to hold till we get the response. Movie repository dot, we can say that genre repo, and as it is await, we need to write async here. There you go. So now what we have will be stored in the behavior subject. So because behavior subject is the one that we'll be using in the future. Behavior subject dot sync dot add genre response. So there you go. So now that this thing is done, we need to create a global object so that we can use this outside the scope as well. So behavior subject genre response get subject, and we can just simply write this as what we have already declared. Come on, come on, come on. Behavior subject. Okay. So now just make an object that we have made of get genre. I think we'll write in small. No, I want camel case. That's great. Now get genre block, and we can say here. Yes, now that's fine. Okay. So backend code is done, and I think it's time that we might stop this. It's already 11 minutes. Okay, then the backend code is done. In the next video, we'll be handling with front end. So you'll be seeing more of output rather than just coding, coding, coding. Okay, so thank you for making it so far. See you in the next one. I promise next one will be much interesting than this. Okay.